Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to the CTG Wrestlecast. As always, you have me, GD, and I'm joined by my co-host, Hanksy. Hanksy! It's a day away! It's a
WrestleMania?
WrestleMania! A day away! We are on WrestleMania weekend here. And I'm really looking forward to this one. A lot of great matches. I think last night was... Again, it's NXT. We keep saying this every time we see NXT, which we'll be talking about first in a minute. But the first match we are going to be putting on for you guys will be the fatal four-way tag team match for the Women's Championship. Up on screen now, which is, of course, the Women's Tag Team Champions, Bayley and Sasha. We've got Natalya and Beth Phoenix, Nia Jax and Tamina, and the Iconics. I really like that. But so we'll have that in the background. But of course, we are going to be talking about first of all NXT TakeOver New York, mate. Another brilliant NXT again.
It was, I mean, I think it was what I mean. Every time you just think, is this the one that's not gonna be up to? Because there's gonna be one, isn't there? You know what I mean? It's is this gonna be that bad one? And again, last night it was one of the best, to be honest. Actually. Yeah.
Well,
five matches. 4 of them were absolutely outstanding. I thought the women's championship was not as good as the others, but it was still not bad. Man. Yeah. Again, pulled out.
So let's go through the matches that we had. So we had, of course, the first match was for the NXT Tag Team Championship. It was Ricochet and Aleister Black, who are also going to be competing at WrestleMania tomorrow night, versus the War Raiders. That's right. Is it the War Raiders?
Yes. It used to be War Machine, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I get confused, because they actually changed the name when they went over to NXT. Everybody knew them as War Machine. But, anyway. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really focus on the last tag team match for NXT, which was when they actually won the titles themselves, and I didn't really focus.
The last one was the one. I mean, that was a good match. That was the one. Yeah. I caught up with NXT this week, so I watched quite a bit this week to catch up. And it was like, Dusty Rhodes has been alright, actually. I think I'm sort of accepted when we were saying, obviously Ricochet and Aleister Black are doing the whole main roster thing as well, aren't they?
Yes.
I wasn't really sold on them as a tag team to start with, but as it's gone on, I'm more and more accepting of them as a tag team. And I thought they did well. They did well under Dusty Rhodes, and then I thought last night it was exceptional, to be honest. I thought, I mean,
both teams did really well with that.
It was exceptional last night. I mean, the stuff that Hansen's able to do, he should not be able to do.
Yeah,
guy that size.
But then again, that's what we see more often nowadays. We see someone who
more and more of it. We see it.
I think Kevin Owens was one of the first ones that I know that really took notice, where he's a large guy. He should not be doing all these. Basically, he's acting like a cruiserweight, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it with Kevin. We've seen it with Joe with it as well. But I just think Hansen takes it to the next level.
Oh yeah.
Doing the stuff, the cartwheels and coming off the ropes. I mean, jumping off the second rope spot is just something else for me. I mean, it's just spectacular. So I thought it was a really good match.
So are you? I would have been more shocked if Ricochet and Aleister Black did end up winning the NXT Tag Team Championship.
But it was their last match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They've left now. That's official, I believe, is that they've now properly left NXT.
Yeah.
It was mentioned, I think, I think Mauro mentioned it actually that this was their swan song, and then obviously they did the whole thank you, the bowing at the end of it. That's them done with NXT, isn't it?
Yeah.
See Ricochet in particular really emotional with that.
Yeah. The thing is, it's understood that the thing is they're going to be going to WrestleMania to compete for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's their first main roster tag team championships that they've competed for. They have also competed for the Raw a couple of times now, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, like I said, I would have loved to see the NXT tag titles to go with them to WrestleMania, but at the same time, I'm happy that they didn't, for the fact that it would have said, "Hey, yeah, you're going there now. You're going for the bigger prize." Which is thinking, no, it's NXT, you want to treat it like your third brand. A lot of people have been treating it like a third brand. And a lot less of, you're now owning 2 titles. That's what we seem to be seeing a lot lately, and it's just, we don't want that anymore. But either way, brilliant tag team match. Then it went over to the, I think it was the North American Championship, wasn't it? Velveteen Dream versus
Matt Riddle.
I hate Matt Riddle. I really do.
Do you not like him?
I really don't like him.
I think he's great. I think he's great, actually. I mean, the start, it was always going to be a good match because he's got Velveteen Dream. I mean, he doesn't. I don't think I've seen him wrestle a bad match. He always raises it. But hadn't been for Johnny Gargano over the last 2 years, he'd have been match of the year both years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just that Johnny Gargano has raised it. And I think, it's for me, I do like Matt Riddle. I like Matt Riddle because he's got that, the whole bro thing.
That's what I hate about him.
So, he's got that laid back surfer type thing going on, but
not everybody's your bro.
Yeah, but what I do like about him, he's got that side of the personality.
The
other side of the personality is absolutely brutal.
Oh yeah, we saw that in that match.
Let's not forget. Yeah, we saw it last night at times, and this was really. I mean, the Cassius. We haven't seen Cassius Ohno since. I don't think.
No, we haven't.
Since he was beaten down, and I don't think I've ever seen that. To actually see somebody in that match. I mean, it's going back to a previous one, isn't it? No, but to have somebody submit, not through to lose a match, not through pinfall or submission in the normal submission way, which is I'm in a lot of pain. I submit, I tap out. To have somebody submit because this guy is basically beating you so badly.
Yeah.
You have to say submit just to stop the beating from carrying on. That was something we don't see very often. And I think we have to remember, this is a guy who is capable of being absolutely lethal. And I like that.
Well, also from this, if people haven't seen it, I'll warn you now, there is going to be spoilers for NXT TakeOver. Matt Riddle, he's now had his first loss as well.
I think that's fair. I thought it was a very good match. I thought that he overall they've all got to lose somewhere.
Yeah,
you can't. It's a match we'll talk about in a bit. That's eventually things have to come to an end. And he's not. Within that division, he's very, very good, but he's also still learning. And I think it was the right decision. I think. Yeah. To have Velveteen wins to go over.
Talking about ends, let's talk about the next match that went on for the NXT UK Championship. Pete Dunne versus. Wow. I loved it. It was. Well, I'm going to say this now. NXT, we are waiting for you to make that one mistake. We're still waiting. And this is where it's troublesome because we now have got tomorrow. What was it? About nearly 8-9 hours of WrestleMania coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, NXT probably topped them in probably half that time so far.
Yeah, I think so.
And they did it last year. They did it the year before, and I hate. I don't hate to say it. I see it happening again this year. of this.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I thought this match. I thought again, they were always going to tear the house down because they have to, because it's about brand, isn't it? And from the UK guys' point of view, they're trying to stamp NXT UK on the map, and I think they've done that. I think they've done that over the last year. But still, every time they come up, we watch them on an NXT main show or the main roster show. They do raise the game, and I thought this was acceptable. I mean, I wasn't sure to start with. It started a bit slow, and I'm like, I'm not sure whether Walter is he quite there yet. And as it got going, he was obviously very nervous to start. To be fair to him, as it got going, it wound up, and I think the crowd really got into it. Because at the start, I thought the crowd were a bit quiet. They just had the problem was the crowd. You'd had the big match with a relatively long match at the start.
Yeah.
Then a relatively long match, a good match with Velveteen. And I think to start with, there was a lot of the crowd had gone to the toilet and to the concourse.
Yeah.
And then it was a bit quiet, and then they really started to pop. And it was really good. And towards the end, it was like I still thought right to the end. I thought that he was the Bruiserweight was going to win it. I really did. I thought, it was right to the end. I still thought he kept coming back, and it was like, he can do this. And then obviously Walter won it, and I think deserved it. I think again it had to end somewhere.
Yeah, and I think this was the best place to end it. I'm just going to say this now because I think it's time for talking about moving up. I could really see Pete Dunne moving up on Monday. Yeah. It's time for the Bruiserweight.
Tuesday night, I think. Monday night or Tuesday night, I think he'll make his debut. I just got that feeling. It's time.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, the thing is, we keep on forgetting how long Pete Dunne has been there. He's been there since the first UK tournament, which was about nearly 2-3 years ago now. Yeah. And he's just dominated the UK scene since then, and
he didn't win it. Remember, he didn't win it.
I know. Tyler Bates did win the first one, but since he's been held on to
had it for about I think Tyler Bates had it for about 6 months.
Yeah.
Then Pete Dunne won it. Then he dropped it. Then he picked it up, and then he's had it for over.
Oh, it was
600 days over 2 years.
It was nearly
crazy.
2 years, yeah. Well, it was over 2 years actually. Thinking of it.
Yeah, and I think it's time. He's so popular. He could definitely make that bridge to the main roster.
I hope so, because like I said, I'm hoping at the same time WWE main roster, we've seen so many NXT stars move up and just fade, especially this past year. So like I said, I want to see him move up. I think this is the best time to do it. I think he still wants a rematch for the NXT UK Championship, which I won't be surprised if something like that happens.
Sure he does, but there's no rematches. There's no rematch clause anymore, is there? So it doesn't necessarily happen. I don't know. I agree with you. My concern is the same as yours in terms of the. I was the same with Aleister Black and Ricochet. Really. I think there's got to be I'd like them to come up for a reason to come up, not just because it's like we've run out of stuff to do with them on NXT, so we'll move them up. Because that's what they did with No Way Jose, Ty Dillinger. Some of these other guys who were relatively good on NXT, not brilliant but relatively good. They come up, they've done nothing.
Exactly.
And it's
Ty Dillinger's gone now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, I don't understand why they want to move up. It's for the money. These guys put their bodies. The guys and the girls. Let's not pretend that wrestling doesn't hurt. You know.
We know. Yes.
Come
on. We know it hurts.
They put their body. They put their bodies through the ringer, and they hurt themselves. We've seen this with Tommaso Ciampa. We've seen it with others. You can't. So I don't begrudge them moving up for the money because it's time for a payday. And I get that, but I just don't want them to move up, and then 6 months, 12 months down the line, be having an email coming out, having a message coming out from WWE saying, we'd like to thank them very much, but now they're off because
wish better on your endeavours and stuff like that.
I'd rather they held them down like they have done with Johnny Gargano. To be fair, hold them down until there's a reason to bring them up.
Have them come up like they did. Have them come up at least once or twice, like they did with Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, where they just shown up for a couple of shows. That's it. That'd be perfect. But
I like that.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it works, but just yeah. Anyway, what was it? Next one was the
women's,
which I thought was the weaker of the 5.
Yeah,
it was the shortest. There was some good stuff in there. I like. You could see that Kairi Sane and what's her name?
Io Shirai.
The other Io Shirai. They're going to come up at some point as a tag team, I think.
Yes.
That's what the whole Sky Pirates thing.
I like that.
And they were exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were exceptional. Really liked them. Really worked. I thought the Bianca Belair again was very good.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's nobody in that division really at the moment who you could properly see beating Shayna Baszler.
That's the only thing that really annoyed me with that, is that I feel like we can't see anyone beating Shayna Baszler, but we need someone to beat Shayna Baszler. That's my thought.
And it was like, the problem for me, she won it clean as well. There was no interference. Now, you were presuming there was going to be interference from the other two. There was no interference. That means she beat 3 girls on her own.
Yeah.
Which then makes you think, who the fuck can beat? If we make the match as hard as we can possibly make it, fatal 4-way, 3 other top women in that division, she doesn't have to be pinned to lose the title, and she still wins the title by submission. That raises the issue then of actually, how is this woman beatable, or are we back in an Oscar situation?
This is what's bugging me. It's not an Oscar situation because, of course, Shayna Baszler has been beaten before. She has lost the championship to Kairi Sane. But the one thing that really I can only see this going is that she goes up to the main roster. She does a page, basically. She goes to the main roster, wins either the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship, and she's got to relinquish that NXT Championship. Yeah.
Because they've got to... You have to move her up soon, I think. WWE need to move up soon, because they want to pull the trigger on the horse winning match, don't they?
Yes.
And we know that is time limited, because Ronda Rousey does want to take some time off. Now, I don't think she's going to take time off after WrestleMania, as people were rumouring. I think she's going to carry on for a bit. But she does want to take time off to start a family and do all that. Yep. Probably still wants to come back, She's not finished.
Yeah,
She's not finished with WWE, but she's going to come back. But they probably want to get that match done. They've invested a lot of money.
The thing is, they want to get it started as soon as they possibly can.
Really good. Yeah. Shayna Baszler's been really good. Ronda Rousey's been amazing. The other 2 girls, for me, are not the finished article yet. Yeah. But they've put money into them for that reason. They haven't brought them up their wrestling skills. They've brought them up because they want to do the 4 versus the 4.
Exactly.
At some point.
So let's talk about the last match then, mate. Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Gargano. So let's go how it went. So Adam Cole won the first fall. Easy enough. Then, of course, Johnny Gargano won the second, and, of course, made Adam Cole tap out in the third.
Yeah.
Which
made him tap out in both, didn't it?
Was it both? I'm going to be honest with this. I kind of fell asleep halfway through this match because it was about 3 o'clock in the morning.
I did watch it this morning, I'll be honest. I didn't watch it live. I thought it was, again, a brilliant match. Again, you feel like he is Mr. Takeover, isn't he? He's exceptional, Gargano. So I thought it was good. I thought, Adam Cole's brilliant. He will be champion. There's no doubt about that.
He will get that triple crown.
The Undisputed era, it is going to be their time, I think, this year. I think they're building that storyline, the whole dripping with gold thing. That's going to happen. But I thought last night was the right decision. I wasn't sure. I still didn't. I think obviously the story arc was that he was supposed to be taking on Ciampa and winning.
Yes.
And because Ciampa wasn't there, I wasn't absolutely certain that he was going to win it. Actually, I thought maybe they give this to, they hold that storyline, they give it to Adam Cole.
But at the same time,
he picks it up later on.
At the same time, I think they kind of, like you said, we knew what the storyline was going to be. It was going to be Ciampa versus Gargano, and at the same time, with what time they had, they did build a brilliant. I still think a brilliant story between Gargano and Adam Cole.
They did.
They both of them fighting for the Triple Crown, pretty much. That was the main point of it, and I mean, again, another brilliant match, and I'll say my favourite ending to an NXT for a long time as well. Where
complete breakdown of kayfabe.
You know what? I don't. This is the thing. I'm happy with. I feel like kayfabe is dying anyway, or pretty much.
Kayfabe's dying anyway to a point.
To a point.
I mean, that was
absolute breakdown.
2 weeks ago, they were just about to start this feud. They basically had that big fight. Not fight. The end of the match. After losing to Ricochet, was it Ricochet they lost to? Or Forgotten Sons, whoever it was they lost to.
One of them.
And they've obviously that again. Ciampa tried to come across Gargano. Gargano was now into it and managed to get him back and stuff. And then last night, they're out hugging on the stage. It was it was a nice finish.
The thing is, it
nice
shows
finish.
how much.
But obviously, that feud's dead.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering whether they now move Ciampa up.
The thing is,
once his neck injury's sorted,
Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, they have been NXT for a long time, and it's I'm going to be honest. When you think NXT, those two were the ones that I've been thinking of for a while with it. Either in the tag division as DIY or just this whole feud between them, which has basically spread over the whole of. They've been the center point of NXT takeovers for the past God knows how many years, and I think it was a brilliant way to end all this with them, like you said, on the stage, just hugging it out. Gargano with the championship. It's just it's great to see. And like I said, NXT TakeOver New York again, brilliant. I really want to see where they go next with this. And the thing is, I want to know which one is the next NXT, because I swear we've got a UK one coming up soon again.
Presumably we should have somewhere, I don't know.
Yeah, well, we had Blackpool. It was January or something like that. Was it January? Yeah.
I think it was.
Anyway, mate.
So January or February, wasn't it?
Yeah. So anyway, mate.
Right. Anyway,
let's move away from our review. Let's go on to our predictions. So. Let's do this one quickly.
We've got a lot of matches here. Let's try and rattle through some of them.
So let's just get.
It's a ridiculous card.
I know. Well, it's WrestleMania, mate. You know it's always a ridiculous card.
I've counted 18. I think it's either 16 or 18 matches I counted at this stuff.
Hey, they've got 8 hours to film, mate.
I know that. Yeah, but you've got all the stuff in between as well. You know there's going to be legends coming out and stuff too. Like, they're going to be the whole Hall of Fame stuff and everything else.
Right. You know what? Let's just go through this one quite quickly, because I'm going to be honest. When it comes to the Women's Tag Team Championships, I'm happy that they do have a Tag Team Championship, first of all. But this Fatal 4-Way does not really have my attention.
Not me, really. No.
So let's just go through this. So we've got, like I said, Bayley and Sasha Banks, Beth Phoenix and Natalya, Iconics and Nia Jax and Tamina. Who do you think is going to be walking out as the Women's Tag Team Champions then, mate?
I don't want there to be a change, I'll be honest. If there is going to be a change, I'd like it to be the Iconics, but I don't see it. I don't think there's going to be a change. I think it'll stick with what we've got.
I agree. I would love to see the Iconics, because, to be honest, I still feel like they're the only proper tag team there. No offense to Sasha Banks and Bayley, who, yes, they have tried, but the Iconics have been a tag team since we've known them. Plus, they're entertaining. They're funny.
I think, for me it would be. I struggle to care. The only ones I don't want Nia to win it because I can't stand. I just want Tamina to disappear a bit.
Oh, poor Tamina.
I just find it. You know what? She's lovely. She's a lovely person. I'm sure she is, but I just find her awkward to watch.
Yeah,
I find her awkward to watch.
I
And I think it's a shame for Nia because I think it's holding Nia back to win.
Yeah, I feel like Nia's being punished for basically ruined Survivor Series.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I thought, she's got a team up with Tamina. Yeah, she's being punished.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's.
But I get, yeah. Go on.
No.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on. But so
we've got a lot to get through.
Yes. So let's start with what we are both hoping is the actual final match of WrestleMania, which has been everywhere been plastered as the main event of WrestleMania 35. The triple threat match: Becky Lynch, the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey, and the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. Winner takes all.
Yeah.
So let's just start things off first. Charlotte Flair, SmackDown Women's Champion.
I think that was a genius stroke.
I do too. The thing is, it was a smart idea for the fact that they are, like I said, they're making this WrestleMania as the moment that women have made it to the top of the stage, and the last thing they really want is to have, oh yes, this is the Raw Women's Championship. Look at it now. It's going to be awesome and spectacular because it's got the three baddest women in the WWE at this moment in time. And then you go over to SmackDown. Asuka, yes, she's brilliant. But who she's facing, yeah. But it was a great idea for them to take that championship.
I think it was. I was surprised at the time. I mean, obviously she couldn't, Charlotte came out, challenges Asuka. It wasn't until they announced it that we realised this was for the championship, and it's like, ooh, okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Why would they do that? And straight away you're thinking, well, she's surely got to pick this up because there's no reason to have this match for her to lose. That would be going into WrestleMania unless there'd been some type of interruption.
Yeah.
It made sense for her to win it. And I think it's great. I think the whole winner takes all, first undisputed women's champion. I think it's an interesting idea. I think I don't know who's going to win.
That's the thing. It is basically put who is going to type of thing. The thing is, I still think it's going to be Becky Lynch who is going to be walking out as the, can we say, the undisputed women's champion?
That's what it would be. Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like this has damaged SmackDown's side a little bit, where they've said, I'm sorry.
SmackDown's been damaged for a while now. That's just been a SmackDown. Unfortunately, it's unfortunate because I think Asuka's great.
Yes,
and I think her time will come on the main roster, but
her time should have already come. She was the SmackDown Women's Champion.
I know, but at the same time as this was going on between Charlotte, Becky, and Ronda,
I know
that would overshadow anyone. It didn't matter who was in there, and as great as Asuka is, by not being in the frame for that particular title, it wouldn't have mattered what she did. The SmackDown brand was overshadowed because this is so much bigger than brand.
Yes,
this is about Becky Lynch, probably the biggest name in wrestling right now, I'd say. Becky Lynch. Probably definitely the hottest property in wrestling. You've got Ronda Rousey, who's Ronda Rousey. You know what I mean?
She is pretty much the hottest property. She's basically putting WWE on the map at the moment again. Yeah,
most decorated woman in combat sport history.
Yeah.
And then you've got Charlotte Flair, who,
she's a Flair.
Charlotte Flair. I mean, she's a Flair. She has that name. She has that pedigree. She's also done more than any other woman in WWE to raise them to where they are. She deserves to be there because of that. The stuff that she was doing with Sasha, to be fair, when Becky was fucking around with Naomi and that lot on SmackDown, unfortunately that year, Raw got most of the better pay-per-views, and you did have all those firsts, which were basically Charlotte and Sasha.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm like you. I think the head says, the heart obviously says Becky. You want Becky to be. She's the one woman who goes in without a title. She comes out with both titles. This is WWE. They hold the baby faces down.
Yeah, but this is what I'm hoping. The thing is, all this build up for Becky Lynch, and then they don't give it her at the end. I feel that would be a kick in the teeth, especially like I said, if this is the last match. Do you really want your fans like they did last year? Well, actually, no. Last year is a weird situation thinking of it because nobody liked Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar, to be honest.
No.
No. But either way, would you want your fans, the WWE Universe, leaving another WrestleMania not happy again?
I don't know.
And the only way that WWE, I know this is Vince, the only way WWE will make it happy is if Becky Lynch walks away with both the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championship at the end of WrestleMania.
The problem I've got is there are 2 matches at WWE which are fan favourite matches.
Yes, yeah, I agree.
That's the women. And then there's the SmackDown
WWE Championship,
yeah, with Kofi. And you sort of think, are they both going to walk away with happy endings?
This is the
because
thing.
that isn't the WWE way.
This is not the WWE way.
Vince holds down the babyface. That's what they've always done. They put your foot on the baby faces. The heels are everything in WWE. They have been for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And you just wonder whether are we going to have both those matches have happy endings, or will they throw a spanner? And I wonder with Ronda whether there could still be interference.
Yeah.
Emily's mentioned this, possible interference in terms of the horsewomen. Who knows?
Yeah. We you know what? Every time we actually have a Ronda Rousey versus any of the 4 horsewomen, that always just pop up for us, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
it's like there's always the opportunity that Shayna Baszler's going to show up. It's going to happen. We just don't know when. And the more we keep on predicting this, one day it will be right.
Yeah.
Why not WrestleMania? That's a good point.
So I don't know. I'm like you. I'm going to call it for Becky because that's what heart says. And that's what I want. I do worry whether we're going to get what we want on this one or not.
You saying you're not me, but I want Becky to win as well, mate.
No, great. I know. Yeah, we both want Becky. I think we both want Becky to win. I'd like it to be true.
Yeah.
Just there's a part of me that just doesn't trust WWE not to throw a curve.
Vince. That's the way of looking at it, which I completely understand. You know what? While we're here, while we've still got the triple threat match on screen, let's talk about what has become a bit of a tradition in WrestleMania: the WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal. Of words, SmackDown's contribution.
It feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. I'm sort of. There was talk of them knocking both the battle royals on the head, and they seem to. I don't know. Are they going to be pre-show or are they going to be main?
At the moment, the only match that has been named for pre-show is. 1 second, I can actually check for you. It is.
Cruiserweights.
I think it is the cruiserweights. Yes.
Yeah.
How did you know?
There's going to be. Just guessing. It's been on because let's face it, it's been on the kickoff show for about the last 3 pay-per-views, isn't it?
Yes, it has.
I'm going to admit, I'm with the Battle Royal. The men's, of course, you've got that little bit of a difference because you've got the 2 guys from Saturday Night Live that nobody in the UK knows.
Yeah.
And Braun Strowman thing. But as a gimmick in it, I'm just not bothered. I couldn't care less.
Well,
there's nothing for the winner.
I know that we don't.
Nothing but the winner, apart from what looks like Barbie furniture.
Hey,
those. In terms of the blinking trophies, they're like Barbie furniture.
Well, the thing is,
I don't care.
We still need to talk a little bit about this, so let me just mention the ones that we know so far who are going to be in this Women's Battle Royal. So we've got Asuka, Carmella, Naomi, Lana, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Nikki Cross. I let Nikki Cross win it. I'm just saying because I like her. She's a good wrestler. Dana Brooke, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, Mickie James, and Zelina Vega. And of course, we're going to expect, of course, being a Battle Royale, we're going to see NXT stars show up in it, and probably some legends as well show up in it as well. I feel like the only thing that would make the Battle Royale mean anything is, I don't know, that put a title shot at the end of it. If you win this, you get a title shot. That would be the best thing to do for this. What? Get rid of the Battle Royal. I know it's already got its own pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Bring the Money in the Bank back to WrestleMania. Just a random Money in the Bank. I think it would be great to have 2 Money in the Banks in a year again. I would not complain about that.
I just think these matches, as we said, the trophies don't mean anything.
No, the plastic.
Really.
They actually had to swap the trophy very quickly because of certain issues. What happened with the last Women's Battle Royal?
Yeah.
Knickers.
So there's the whole. So there's the whole. There's just no reason for them. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I think there's going to be some reason for it. Otherwise, it's just a case of, here's all the other guys who couldn't get into a real match, so we're going to put them in a battle royal. That's what it's about, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Let's give everybody a rest. It's basically like being back at school and everybody getting a certificate, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? The whole. So it's.
For some weird reason, it took me over to WrestleMania 34. Okay.
So I think that's done.
You know what? Let's get rid of the other one then while we're here. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Of course,
same problem. There's a gimmick within this.
Yeah. The gimmick being Braun Strowman versus Colin Joust and Michael Shea of SNL fame.
I'm sure they're very funny and big in their own country. I've never heard of them. I've never ever heard of them.
My question here is, what has Braun Strowman done? I mean, why is he being put in another gimmick match again?
It's being heavily talking about this. It's the problem, isn't it? You think why is he there? Is this the best thing they can do with him?
This is a guy we want to see as Universal Champion. This is the guy that we want to see that happen with. But we're going back to another WrestleMania where, last WrestleMania it made us guess who is going to be his tag team partner. It turned out to be that kid was not 7.
No. Exactly. It's. I don't know. I just find it very difficult to care.
But anyway, the other people who are part of the Battle Royal, Andre the Giant, so we've got Andrade, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil. Of course, Titus is probably going to slip someone. Tyler Breeze, Jinder Mahal, No Way Jose, Bobby Roode, Chad Gable, Kalisto, Gran Metalik, Lince Dorado, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, Keith Slater, Rhino, Victor Connor, Ali, because now he doesn't. Why are they shorting his name down?
I don't know. I know. Just Mustafa, isn't he now?
No, he's just Ali.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Shelton Benjamin, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Matt and Jeff Hardy, Otis Tucker, and EC3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck, whoever. It's going to be bronze. No, you know what? Do you want to make it just just for the fun of us, I'm gonna predict Colin Joust is going to win the Battle Royal this year.
Yeah.
There's my prediction.
Oh, you're possibly right.
I think it's either going to be Colin Joust or Michael Shea. They're my favourites.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, mate, the triple threat match has just finished. According to the game, Ronda Rousey is going to be walking out as the undisputed women's champion.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, I still think it's going to be Becky Lynch. Yeah. I'm not arguing with the game. We've been proven many times where the game has been right and we have been wrong.
We have.
So,
yeah.
But then again, this is the same game that thinks Aiden English is going to be winning the Royal Rumble soon. So
2 times in a row.
Damn it, man. I forgot, who's our current Royal Rumble champion?
I can't remember this year.
I can't
Anyway, let's not talk about Royal Rumble.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. So yeah, let's move on to our next match, which is, I think, the WWE Championship? Yeah, it is. The WWE Championship. It is Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. That title's starting to lose shells, I've noticed. I think it was because it had a close-up when they was doing the contract signing this week. And I looked at it and thought, that's missing some of the stones on it now. They didn't really think this through, did they?
No.
Oh well.
Oh, bless him.
But, yeah, so, Kofi Kingston, he is going for the WWE Championship. What is your thoughts on all this, first of all, mate?
I'm excited. We all love Kofi.
Yes.
I mean, I don't think it's been a push from nowhere.
It's been 11 years.
Yeah. You know? So it's been a bit of a push from nowhere.
I mean,
there been talk about them. There was talk a while ago about them pushing individuals in the New Day, but everyone presumed it would be Big E.
Yeah.
Not Kofi. So
you know what? I'm happy it is Kofi Kingston for once, because
yeah,
like I said, he has been there the longest, and I think this storyline, what they've done with this, is brilliant. It's like you said, that came from nowhere pretty much. It came because Ali ended up getting injured at a live show, so they put Kofi Kingston in the Elimination Chamber match.
The gauntlet match. It was a gauntlet match first.
Well,
he was over.
He was doing the gauntlet match to see who was going to be going in last.
See.
Yeah.
Yes. And he lasted, from the start, he lasted over an hour, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then obviously he was brilliant in the Elimination Chamber. He took his, what he's done is taken his chance, hasn't he?
He's taken his chance, and he's basically cemented himself for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which that's the thing we keep on forgetting. He's brought us so many good memories, not just from WrestleMania itself. He's done so much to a point that he has hosted it with the New Day, who brought us back the Hardy Boys.
Yeah,
which was great. And just look at Royal Rumble. I think he's basically a Royal Rumble highlight reel.
yeah.
But,
absolutely.
I mean, I'm happy that he's there. I would just want to see Kofi Kingston win this, but at the same time, there's something that's niggling in the back of my head. This may be the time that the New Day might be breaking up. And it would be the best. I know this has been said online or by certain other wrestling channels, but it's been niggling in the back of my mind as well. If Xavier Woods and Big E screwed over Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania, they would be propelled to probably some of the biggest heels in the WWE at the of the modern era.
Yeah.
And I could easily...
I won't say. I don't think that's going to happen, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I want Kofi to win. I'm simple enough. I want Kofi to win. I think he deserves it. But
yeah.
and then we can go back to the goddamn proper WWE Championship and not this
Yeah.
50.
Yeah.
I could have made this in a garage. But anyway,
Right, moving through some of the other matches.
Yeah.
What have we got? We've got. Let's carry on through.
yeah. Well, the match is just finished on screen anyway. Yeah, according to this, Daniel Bryan's gonna win. We both saying Kofi Kingston, aren't we?
Yeah, we both want Kofi.
Yeah.
I'm like you. I'm not sure it will be, but I want him. Yeah.
We can all hope. Just all hope. But yeah, let's just go through the bit where Daniel Bryan dances around with his wooden championship. It's not new. You know what? The only thing I am going to miss is that we won't be using this championship if it does get changed back.
Yeah.
I think that's actually made of wool, not hemp on us. Yeah, vegans angry everywhere. Yeah, so let's go to the other main championship match, the one that has actually been outshone by everything.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, poor
It's
Brock
surprising
Lesnar
thing
not
about
main
who's in it.
eventing. Sorry? But
I'm surprised when you think who's in it.
Yeah.
Seth and Brock, and yeah, it is the one where actually probably people are the least interested in out of the three, which for obvious reasons, but
yeah, no. The thing is, it's been an interesting story, but they've been kind of hidden behind the fact that we've had what's it called, Roman Reigns come back, which ended up doing the whole Shield thing. Dean Ambrose is, well, I think he's now left WWE, hasn't he? Or he's leaving at the end of WrestleMania.
Yeah, officially leaves after WrestleMania, but I don't think we'll see him this weekend.
No, I don't either.
I think he's gone now.
Yeah, and I think those are the things that have overshadowed this whole thing. I don't think it is the fact that we've got a brilliant WWE Championship match that a lot of people now want to see. We've got the triple threat match for both women's championships, and of course, what other matches, which we'll mention later, is the fact that the build-up between Seth Rollins and Brock Lesnar has been put to one side until after Fastlane, which it was only a couple of weeks, if anything, and it doesn't help when you've got a Universal Champion who barely shows up anyway.
Yeah, they're good.
So they don't really have that chance to really interact with each other that much. If anything, it's Seth and Paul Heyman have been doing the whole interaction. But so do you think Seth is going to finally slay the beast?
Look, I don't. After last year, who knows? I would like to think so. But we went into WrestleMania last year thinking, what of all the matches, the one that we know for sure, it wasn't even a prediction, was it? The one we were absolutely confidently sure was going to go one way was the fact that Lesnar was going to lose the title
to Roman
Reigns, and then he didn't. And then he didn't at the next pay-per-view, that stupid Saudi Arabia thing. So it was like,
we do not talk about the Saudi Arabia thing. That's why we want. This is why we want Seth Rollins to win this, for the fact that we don't have to talk about the stupid Saudi Arabia thing anymore.
Yeah. So, I mean, you would presume that and hope that Seth's going to win. I don't know. The build-up points against him. I mean, he's been F5 how many times over the last 4 weeks?
You know what? I'm gonna, because we've got to do this, mate. This is a prediction. I don't want to say this because the fact that I know it's going to curse it, and I bet every other one who's done a prediction for this has said this. And Vince has probably seen this and said, nah, let's screw over the WWE Universe again. But I'm going to say Seth Rollins is going to walk out as the Universal Champion. I'm just gonna say it. And when it comes to tomorrow night, one of us are going to be right. There we go. That's the best way of doing it.
I'm going to go Brock. At least one of us are definitely right this year.
Woo! Yeah.
Because I'm just not sure. You know, indications seem to be that although Dana White is still talking about, you know, him taking on what's his name in UFC.
Who cares?
Cunha. It doesn't seem to be happening, and the rumours are he's going to SmackDown.
No, just go away, Brock Lesnar. Go away.
Yeah, Fox wants him. Fox wants him.
Don't Fox have him. Have him on something else, not SmackDown. He doesn't have to be at WWE.
Vince
just give him a talk show. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Fox have paid Vince. Fox have paid Vince so much money that he can buy whoever he wants, and if he wants Brock Lesnar to stay, Brock Lesnar will stay. You know. So it was just wait and see, I think. But that does mean he doesn't have to drop it.
This is the thing. I don't. Why? This is probably one of the newest titles that they've got in WWE, and yet we've seen more of the women's tag team championships than we have seen of the Universal Championship. I'm just saying, does this title actually exist? Was this a figment of our imagination? I just remember red. That's all.
Well, so anyway, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on because this match is just gonna get me angry. Let's move on to let's talk about a match that has not long been added onto it. The Raw Tag Team Championship. The Revival will be facing Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder. This has kickoff show written all over it, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a bit.
It feels like, oh god, I feel like they basically got to the end of SmackDown and they said, oh shoot, we haven't put the Raw Tag Team Championships on this yet. What do we do? Yeah. And then Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder just walked down the hall. You guys, you've got a match at WrestleMania for going for the Raw Tag Team Championship, so we'll see you there. You're going to be there anyway. You was going to be in the Battle Royale.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think it's gonna be a kick-off show. The only thing that we do think is if Kurt Hawkins is going to break his unbeaten streak, then WrestleMania is probably where they're going to do it.
Yeah.
But you can't see it, can you?
No.
The Revival are going to win this one.
I'm
gonna
get
pushed.
You know what?
Get pushed, but I think they're going to win it.
Screw it. I'm going to say Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder's going to win it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been so many rumours now of the Revival leaving WWE. And I feel like WrestleMania is a great moment, like you said, for Kurt Hawkins to end that losing streak. Why not do it as a tag... What he basically came to WWE as, a tag team with Zack Ryder. Just be brilliant. I feel like that's how it's going to happen. And, yeah, I'm going to say with my choice, Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder are going to be walking out as Raw Tag Team Champions. But, oh yeah, by the way, our Universal Championship match, I think it's a real title, still getting that back. Brock Lesnar's going to walk out as champion. Oh, it's 2 against 1. I will face you and the video game, mate. I will take you both on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's that one. Then we've got, what's the other tag team? The other tag team's the 4, isn't it? So
so we've got, there we are.
It's basically Usos being punished, isn't it?
Yeah, Usos, Bar, Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura, and Ricochet and his name just went out of my head. Aleister Black. Thank you. Aleister and Ricochet win, I'm gonna say.
Possibly. I don't know.
I feel like
I'm gonna stick with the Usos. Stick with the Usos on this one. Yeah.
Either way,
as long as it's not Rusev and Shinsuke, because they're not a real fucking tag team.
Oh, okay.
So they're not.
They're not. I know they're not. But
so let's as long as it's not them, anything but them. Yeah, I think for me, I think the Usos walk out with it again.
Okay.
Yeah, they deserve to. They deserve that WrestleMania moment, don't they? Proper WrestleMania moment.
Yes.
Again, I just hope it's not, I hope this one isn't on the kickoff. I don't want this one on the kickoff.
I don't think the Smackdown's going to be on the kickoff show. I really don't.
Yeah.
I feel like the matches that we're going to see on the kickoff is going to be, well, the Cruiserweight, which we've already been confirmed, which we'll talk about in a minute. The Raw Tag Team Championships, and I'm going to say the Women's Battle Royal. I feel like they're the three that's going to be.
Possibly.
Yeah. And maybe
there'll be 3 matches, I think.
Yeah, and I feel like they're the 3 matches.
2
that are
hour
going to be.
Kickoff.
Talk about kickoff. Let's talk about the Cruiserweight Championship match: Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I still don't watch 205 Live. The only my cruiserweight knowledge, it comes from what happens in the pay-per-views. So
yeah.
Let's just put them with these two. I think they just don't like it.
No, let's not.
Let's
not. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I don't care. Buddy Murphy, keep it.
I'm going to say Buddy Murphy, keep it.
Tony Nese.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that.
I do know Tony Nese because I don't like Tony Nese, so yeah, Buddy Murphy. Yeah, well done to him.
Yay. Next one. Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley versus the Demon Finn Balor. The Demon's back.
Finn Balor. Well, you can't only presume Finn Balor's going to win this. Otherwise,
I mean,
why
we want him to win this.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's never lost as a demon, has he? Not on the main show.
Not on the main shows, yeah.
I think others, but not on the main show.
I mean,
you can't see him losing.
I mean, was he part of? What did he do? Oh, I was going to say, was he part of WrestleMania last year? He was. He was fighting for the Intercontinental Championship, wasn't he?
Was he?
Was it last year? Yeah. It was him, Seth Rollins.
Was he not injured last year?
No, I think it was him, Seth Rollins, and The Miz.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
I
think. As I say, I'm looking forward to this to a point. I don't know. I can't. It's Bobby Lashley, isn't it? You really want to see Finn Balor. You want to see the Demon. It's going to be great, but I just don't want this one to last too long.
Well, in other words, we just want to see Finn Balor win this. Yeah.
See Bobby Lashley lose.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Bobby Lashley is basically drains the energy out of the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want a break, that is your break match.
Well, the problem is, it's not. If it wasn't for the Demon, this would be the match where everyone goes to the toilet and makes a cup of coffee. Yeah. But I think actually what will happen with this match is we'll watch the first 10 minutes, and then if it goes on longer than that, then we'll go to the toilet and have a cup of coffee.
Hey, look, Demon Finn Balor. Oh shoot.
Yeah.
Ashley.
Put the cat on. Yeah. And Leo Rush.
Oh god.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna call it. I call it for Balor. I think, as I say, there's no point doing the Demon gimmick if he's going to lose.
Yeah, Balor, same here. Demon gimmick means win, in my opinion. So,
yeah.
Kurt Angle's farewell match. I'm going to just say that. Because, personally myself, I do not think it's going to be Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin.
No.
I still think it's going to be John Cena that is going to show up and take Baron Corbin out beforehand.
Yeah, I think so as well. I can't see this being. Baron Corbin.
No.
It's such a shit finish, isn't it? I mean, this is a guy who has done a hell of a lot for WWE, and why would you?
Not just a hell of a lot for WWE, but for wrestling in general.
Yeah. Why would you give him Baron Corbin his last match? Don't get that.
I mean,
don't
look,
see it
Baron Corbin, he's a good wrestler, but not his last match. If anything.
No, exactly. No.
Right, my predictions. Right, I'm going to go with my predictions on this. It's either going to be we're going to be disappointed, and it is going to be Baron Corbin. It's going to be John Cena, or it's going to be The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Because Undertaker is at what's it called in New York this weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, he might just be there to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just think, I think Kurt's going to lose this match because that's what normally they have a choice, don't they? They can win their match, but most wrestlers like to lose their last match. That's the whole point, isn't it? When you send to see this, so he's going to.
Yeah.
It's either that I think he's going to lose this match, or he's going to win the match, but then lose the afters. So maybe, I think you're right. Maybe John Cena gets involved, takes out Corbin, wins the match, or loses the match even. But then Corbin comes down and beats up Kurt at the end. I think maybe.
Well, like I said, it's going to be in. We'll be interested to see what happens with that match. That's all I'm going with.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's going to be what is already being shown to us at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. Shoot, let's continue. Where are we? US Championship. Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm struggling to care. Are you?
Even by the looks of things, the writer's struggling to care as well. It's barely a sentence, barely a paragraph here. Yeah, so basically what has happened is because he pinned Samoa Joe in a tag team showdown on Smackdown Live in March, that's the reason why Rey Mysterio has been given the opportunity against the United States Champion at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Mysterio's son Dominic has been shown around a lot, hasn't he? That guy's tall.
Yeah. He fucking is.
Well, you say tall, he's tall compared to Rey Mysterio. Sorry.
We know Rey Mysterio's a tall guy himself, but yeah, he is. He is a mountain compared to.
Sure, that is your
last
son.
Time we saw him, he was a little boy, wasn't he? Last time we saw him,
yeah.
So that's what they're making interest.
Yeah, but, he was 13 last time we saw him, according to this, when he had a one-on-one match at the Showcase of the Mortals. Yeah, he says that he's declared that he will be sitting proudly in the front row to see his dad compete in a high-stakes contest at SmackDown.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling Dominic's going to screw him over. That's my plan.
Yeah, possibly.
But
I think I'm going to call it for Joe. I think Joe will win it.
Calling Joe. I'm going to call Joe because, like I said, I feel like Dominic's going to screw him over.
Yeah.
Next one, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Basically, they needed to give these two a match.
Basically, yeah. You know what?
This has got more than a sentence.
I love the build-up's been great. The whole indie versus WWE thing. Because there's a debate that's going on, isn't it? It's a debate that goes on all the time. We've discussed this before.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a conversation that's happening. I think this brought it into the ring. And you do have, on one hand, you've got a guy who spent a considerable amount of his career wrestling town halls and gymnasiums. And then you've got Randy, who spent all of his career within WWE.
Yeah, but the difference is with Randy Orton, he's a generation superstar as well.
Oh, God, don't get me wrong, exactly. He didn't get in, he didn't just turn up at tryouts, did he? You know, his dad would have got him in.
He's not done a John Cena, which is he basically turned up and they accepted him. You are now the face of WWE, and the fans will love it because we say so.
Because that always works.
Yeah.
No, the point is, this is it, isn't it? He is the. So, he's from the perspective of a lot of the indie guys who do bear a grudge, Randy Orton is the epitome of everything they hate about WWE until they get offered a contract.
Of course.
And then they sort of forget that. And they, show me the money. So, unless you're Kenny, to be fair, unless you're Kenny Omega or the Young Bucks, but so
give it time. They will come over.
Yeah, he is the Antichrist. As far as they're concerned, the Randy Orton's this well. So I do like the way that they've set it up.
Yeah,
I like the way they've set it up in terms of the anti. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think. It should be a good match.
So, who do you think is going to win, AJ or Orton?
I really can't call this one. Can you? It's a difficult one, isn't it? Because neither of them seem to be on a trajectory. Randy Orton was doing this whole, I'm going to go around beating up people who
He got bored, didn't he, pretty much?
Yeah. I'm going to beating up the fan favourites, sort of thing. And Ty Dillinger. So he was sort of doing that. Yeah. Obviously, AJ had a long time with the title. And has sort of now not really. He's having some time off, isn't he? Really,
pretty much, yeah. He doesn't need the title at the moment. Again,
so a win benefits. A win doesn't really massively benefit either.
No,
but then a loss doesn't really massively.
The thing is, you're losing against someone who is at the same level as you.
Yeah,
which is a weird way. The thing is, it is a match that people do want to see. It's Randy Orton versus AJ Styles. It's a high flyer from someone who has got a special, which is famously known can happen out of nowhere.
Yeah. I mean, the thing with this is, actually maybe what this really, if we want to analyse this a bit deeper, if Randy wins this match, is that Vince sending out a
message
wow. If basically my guys are better than the indie guys. If AJ wins this match, does this send out the message to the indie guys? You know what? You come to WWE, you get opportunities. Vince is going to have one eye up. We haven't mentioned him. We have to mention at least every podcast, even if they're not doing much more. But AEW is there, isn't it?
Yes, it is hovering in the background at the moment.
Yeah. Vince is going to have an eye on what's going on there. They're still recruiting top talent. We saw it last night with the new guy that's coming in from All Japan. I can't remember, but they're still bringing in top talent. They're still able to do that. The money they've got means that they can effectively buy whoever they want, really, don't they?
Yes.
Because of the Fox deal. So
money's no object
I think it'll be
for them at the moment, even though probably some of that money's going to XFL, which is next year. Yeah. God damn it.
Yeah. I would argue that there's probably more capital in AJ winning this one.
I was about to say that, yeah. I was going to say, from that whole analogy, it would benefit the WWE a lot more if AJ Styles wins this.
Yeah.
And for basically attracting those indie guys to come at least over to NXT. And it'd be a great, basically, turn of an era as well. Say that you don't have to be born and bred in the WWE. The thing is, we've had, I think, a good example of it. Another match, which I think is next on here anyway. Which is Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre, he's a great example of that at the moment. He did actually come to WWE first. He wasn't ready. Even though he had the Intercontinental Championship, he was not ready for the main stage of it. And he went off and he went and did the indie run, and he came back, and now look at him. He is basically facing the guy who main evented last year's WrestleMania now.
Yeah, certainly. I think the interesting thing is there's 11 former NXT champions on this card. 11 former NXT champions on the card. That's phenomenal. And the vast.
You keep talking. I'm counting.
It was NXT good tomorrow last night. It was 11. Remember, you've got Aleister Black as well.
Yeah.
So, that demonstrates that's where WWE is coming from. The amount of guys who start in WWE and have a career in WWE right from the start is being replaced by those who are coming through the Performance Center route. Vast majority who have been elsewhere, isn't it, before they get to the NXT? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I think how many have you got so far?
I was 6 at the moment.
You got Joe.
Yeah, they already counted him.
Shinsuke.
Yep.
Seth Rollins.
Yep. I've got 6. Is there some in the Battle Royal that I've missed?
Well, there's the women as well.
Oh wait, we counted the women's as well. I thought we was just counting the men.
Women as well.
Oh.
No, they counted the women as well.
Okay.
NXT champions. Yeah.
7.
So we've got Becky, Sasha, Bailey,
7, 8,
Charlotte,
9, 10. Who am I missing?
Yeah. It's probably somewhere.
Does Naomi won it?
I don't know who you've got. I think so. Oh, Natalia.
Oh yeah, she won it once, didn't she?
Natalia, an NXT champion. She's NXT champion. So when you think about that shows where they're coming from, doesn't it? There's a lot of those who came via the Performance Centre but have been elsewhere first.
Yes.
You know, and that's where wrestling is right now, and it's better for it.
I would agree. The thing is, you've got, like we said earlier, NXT is now its third brand, to a point that I think we would not be surprised if the NXT from last night does better than the WrestleMania that is happening tomorrow night. The thing is, it's been like that for the past couple of years now, I would say.
Yeah. The only match on the main card I'm expecting to rival anything from TakeOver
the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, same here.
Absolutely. And the Cruiserweights. The only one I'm thinking, the only one I'm expecting to be anywhere close will be the women's match, and that's the Fatal 3. And the reason for that is because they have a major point to make.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? They've been raised to the main event. You know, they have to now absolutely tear the house down, and I think they will. But they have to absolutely tear the house down, because otherwise, you know, it will give the naysayers a chance to go, oh well, you should have had Brock then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's. But yeah. Anyway, what have we got left? Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns. According to the game, Kevin Owens is going to come out of nowhere and attack Roman Reigns. I doubt that's going to happen, game, but thank you.
That'd be interesting.
That would be interesting, yes. Why not put him back heel again? But yeah, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre. This is going to be a tough match. Again, because it would benefit Drew McIntyre to win this and beat Roman Reigns, but at the same time, Roman Reigns is back. They want to put him back in that spotlight again. This is the match. Who do they want to put in that spotlight? Do they want it to be Drew McIntyre, or do they want it to be Roman Reigns? Personally, myself, look, I'm happy Roman Reigns is back. I'm happy that he beat leukemia again. Was it leukemia? Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I want Drew McIntyre to be in that spotlight now. Just for the fact that I'm British. I want to see a Scottish guy hold the Universal.
I think...
Is that a real title still? I'm not 100% sure. We still haven't found out yet.
I come back to who in this benefits the most from the win, and I think they both benefit from a win. I think McIntyre could take the loss. I think if Roman takes the loss, that sets him back.
I don't know. I feel like both of them couldn't really take the loss. I feel like it would set Drew McIntyre back as well. You think he goes back there, and he's supposed to be the new big guy. He's the Scottish psychopath. Yeah. Which I feel like Nikki Cross would like to correct him about that, but but same again. I feel like if Roman Reigns ends up losing, it makes him look bad because he's back, but he's not 100%. If Drew McIntyre ends up losing, all that build-up for where he is at the moment, and be honest, he has lost quite a few matches already, kind of goes down the drain if he loses at WrestleMania like this. And
I don't know. I think he could take the loss. I think he could take the loss.
Well,
I think Roman needs a win.
I'm going to still say Drew McIntyre. Is going to win this. Yeah.
I say Roman, just to be the other side. But I think it could. In reality, I'm really struggling to call this. This is interesting. There's a lot of matches you could really struggle to call.
Which we wanted. That's really the thing we keep on saying.
Which is what we want. We want it to be. We want it to be unexpected. There was too much predictability last year.
This is the thing.
Now, obviously,
this
we've
is
got
why
the
we
big
do
one
these
wrong.
predictions, because we want these
Yeah.
back and forths.
Yeah. You know, and I think
Not like at
there
the
was
end of
too much
WrestleMania, it's going to be
predictability
Roman
last year.
Reigns.
Now, obviously, we obviously got the big one wrong last year, as did most, in terms of Brock versus Roman. But a lot of the rest of it was very predictable, and it came the way we expected it to come. And I think with this one, there's a lot of unpredictability within this WrestleMania, and that's really good.
Yeah.
You know, it's really good.
We've got, I think it's just 2 more matches we've got to talk about, mate. It's 2?
Yeah,
it's 2. Which one do you want to go with? The older or the sibling rivalry?
Which ones have we got?
We've got Triple H,
Which matches have
Batista,
we got left?
or Shane McMahon, The
Oh,
Miz.
okay. Okay, yeah. Let's go for Shane and Miz first. Then.
Okay, yeah. So this is going to be a falls count anyway match.
This could be a good
you
match.
know what?
It could be a bit of a lousy match. I'm not sure.
Talking about things that were unpredictable, kind of had say about a month or 2 ago when they were doing the whole greatest tag team in the world, we kind of saw this coming.
Yeah.
But when we saw Daniel Bryan flip to heel, I think our whole idea was that we were going to see The Miz versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania for the WWE WWE
Well, that's where it
Championship.
was definitely going at one point, wasn't it? Yeah.
Which I still see that probably coming down the line again soon. But I'm actually happy with this. I'm really going to feel like I'm going to enjoy a Shane McMahon versus Miz match.
This could be a fantastic match. It could also be the cup of coffee match.
Yeah,
but we've got to wait and see. I mean, it's Falls Count anywhere, which makes it interesting.
Yes.
Shane, we know, is quite happy
He
to do stuff that because if Shane can't turn up to work next week, Shane is still a billionaire. Okay, he's still the son of a millionaire.
Yeah.
And if he gets injured and he's in hospital for a while, or if he's on the shelf for a while, as we've seen, then it's okay. That's why he jumps off the top of cages and everything else he can jump off the top of. On the other hand, if the Miz gets injured, then that's a problem for the Miz, you know. And that's why I think it could be a good match. I think Shane will push it. I think we've got to be careful. It'll be interesting to see how much the Miz does. I think this is going to be more. It's going to be the Shane McMahon show. This is, I think.
Yeah.
And then we see. I think the Miz will probably win it because Shane will do something really stupid, and he's going to allow the Miz to do stuff to him that's going to be really stupid because they can do that, which is good for the Miz because it gets him over.
Yes.
Even more than he is now, and sets up that match possibly with Daniel Bryan.
Or Kofi Kingston. We never know. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
it might be Kofi.
Yeah. So, as I say, I think it could be a good match. It could be a bit of a non-event. I'll wait and see.
I'm going to say The Miz is going to win it anyway, for the fact that Shane McMahon doesn't really have the best track record when it comes to WrestleMania. But at the same time, since he's been back, it's always been really great matches. There have been matches that
Shane's job has quite often been, as Triple H's has been recently, to move into the other match. Both their jobs really been at WrestleMania and the big pay-per-views in recent years is to get somebody over.
Yes.
You know, Triple H. Moving on to the Triple H match. Yeah. Triple H has spent the last few years now getting over the younger guys. He's taken the loss, and he's got the younger guys over. We saw that last year with Seth. We've seen it with Roman. We've seen it with others before that. This is probably the first time in a while that actually Triple H is going into a match where you think actually it would make sense for Triple H to win this match. And again,
this is where it's.
Do you not think?
I think Batista's going to end up winning this match. I really do. I don't know why. I feel like it's. I don't think.
It's no holds barred, isn't it?
It's no holds.
Basically non-disqualification.
Right. This
sledgehammers will be used.
Of course, sledgehammers will be used, but they can be used by both of them. But this the one thing that is really bugging me, and I know this has been building up for a while. I think it's especially since SmackDown 1000, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which, by the way, if people are wondering what I'm doing on the screen, I'm just so while we finish talking this off. Yes, mate. Guess what? We beat WrestleMania talking about all this. Let's have a look. Let's. You know what? I feel sorry for him. EC3, you can go on. And
I feel sorry for EC3.
Yeah, same here.
Still think his push will come. Needs to. He's another one, isn't he? It's another one where you've got somebody who was hot on NXT. Just come over onto the main roster. They won't even let him speak. Just don't get it.
No.
This guy's got a huge amount of personality. He's brilliant on the mic. We're not going to let him talk.
Yeah, okay. That's a great idea. Let's go with the guy that we know who's got a huge huge amount of personality versus the one that we kind of know doesn't. It's going to be EC3 versus Bobby Lashley. Let's go. Let's go. There you go. So let's just put that on in the background. I don't really care where we are going to be. But yeah, anyway, back to Triple H versus Batista. Now, personally myself, even though this is WrestleMania, I feel like this is just a start of it again. I don't know why. I don't think this is the only. Where the hell are we?
I don't know.
We're in the streets.
I don't know. I think
this is after WrestleMania.
I think this could be. I think this could be Batista's last match, really.
I think it could be both of them.
Again, I think. I don't think it's Triple H's. We don't know how bad that injury Triple H's is, but it can't be that bad because he wouldn't have gone into this as no holds barred. I think.
Yeah.
I think Triple H gets over here. I think he gets over, and I think for me that would make sense. But yeah, we know David Batista. He's back into filming, isn't he?
Yeah.
And that's the issue. Is when this was all being set up, Guardians Galaxy 3 was on hold because they didn't have a director.
Now he does.
Because they'd got. Yeah, because it was the same one they had before, isn't it? But it was basically because Gunn had been sacked. No one else, every other main director refused to work on the project.
And now said no, he didn't want to work it. Also, Batista said no, he doesn't want to work it if he wasn't going to be directing it at the same time.
So there was a lot of pressure. They bounced that pressure. I think correctly, on this one, but I think and I think, but he's now back in charge. Filming's going to restart again. That's going to be a fair filming agenda, I would have thought. I just don't think. I think he's pretty much finished now, like The Rock. Yeah. Pretty much finished with WWE. You know?
Which makes sense. Look, he's a big superstar. He's done really well outside WWE, just like The Rock has. And look, we're happy that he's back for this match. I think it's a match that people have been wanting to see again.
Since they rumoured it. I wasn't that bothered until they started rumouring it, and then you start thinking,
I do want to see that match.
Yeah.
But so you know what? I'm still going to say Batista. You're going to say Triple H. Either way,
Triple H, I think.
I'm hoping it's going to be a brilliant match. And we'll see what happens with it. But mate, that is. I think that is WrestleMania covered.
We've done it. We've done WrestleMania.
Did it? WrestleMania's done. No, it's not. It's tomorrow night. But quick question: Bobby Lashley or EC3? Who do you think is going to win?
EC3.
EC3. Same here.
But
yeah. So
I think.
Go ahead.
So, I mean, sum it up. I think I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night. More than recent. I think there's so much unpredictability.
Yeah.
It's gearing up to be a really good event, I think.
Any match you're most excited about yourself?
Oh, it's the women. It's all about the women, isn't it? I mean, that's what this pay-per-view's really all about. It has been for a while now.
The thing is,
I think they're going to tear it down. It's going to be great.
I agree with you as well. I feel like the women is definitely a match I'm going to look forward to. But I'm also going to say, you know what? I'm going to actually say the Shane McMahon versus The Miz match. I feel like that build-up that has actually happened there, I've definitely gotten used to. And you know how much of a fan of The Miz I am. I've been saying it for years. But that is definitely the other match that I'm really looking forward to. But still, loads of brilliant matches. It's looking like it's going to be probably one of the best WrestleManias for a while again.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And I think it's helped with how this year has been so far as well. Since the Royal Rumble, I would say, where I think they haven't actually really missed a beat at all. Even Fastlane was okay, and that has been notoriously known to be really bad.
Yeah, I thought Fastlane, and for me, I think Fastlane and the Elimination Chamber was still bumps in the road a little bit. There's some good matches there.
Yeah,
but I think there were bumps in the road a little bit.
But they're nowhere near as bad as they have been.
No, they haven't been. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for this book tomorrow, and then I'm really excited for Monday and Tuesday night when we reset and we start again.
Any predictions for the year ahead that we can go back to?
For the year ahead.
Yeah.
I think Drew McIntyre is going to get a massive push. I think that's definitely going to happen. I think Pete Dunne's going to come across.
Yeah.
I think that could even happen as early as this week.
Yeah.
And I think he'll have I think it'll be a good breakthrough. I think he could have one hell of a breakthrough year if he's allowed to. Yeah, other than that, I don't know.
I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna say is. I don't know. My prediction is going to be The Miz versus. I think Miz is going to end up being WWE Champion by the end of the year.
I'd like that to happen.
I think he deserves. I think he deserves a proper run with it. The thing is, when he was WWE Champion, it was overshadowed by John Cena versus The Rock, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think we could end this year very easily with The Miz being champion on the blue brand and McIntyre being champion on the red brand.
Yeah.
I just got that. I think that could happen. So
yeah. So,
anyway.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us for our WWE predictions for WrestleMania 35. We will be back. Oh, this is great timing. EC3 just won, by the way.
As we predicted.
Our next pay-per-view is, I think it's Backlash, isn't it?
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Usually Backlash. So, but before that, of course, we've got the Raw after Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. They always are probably the best Raw and SmackDowns of the year.
It's the crowd, isn't it?
It's the crowd.
It's that international
crowd. It's the crowd and the surprises.
Yeah, between that and the crowd, the only other one that gets close crowd-wise is SummerSlam because of the international KO as well, isn't it? So.
Yeah, mate. So, WrestleMania. Let's go enjoy this. Getting ready for the 8 hours of WrestleMania.
Yeah, Hall of Fame tonight. Yay.
I swear there's some indie stuff that we can watch instead. Yeah, WWE, you didn't really think it through, did you? You put NXT on the Friday because you wanted people to come and watch the Hall of Fame? No, they're going to go and watch indie matches instead, mate. Basically, New York has become the hotspot for wrestling this week.
It's always, isn't it? It's always the same.
Wherever it is. But yeah, Tampa Bay, next WrestleMania. Look forward to it. So thank you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to us here at Craveville Game. Hanksy, thank you for joining me again, mate.
Always a pleasure.
And until next time, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Well done, EC3. One day you can get into the actual stadium.